Shalom. I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Back with another lesson through the Spirit, Lord willing to be edifying to the elect of the house of Israel out there pushing His truth with peace and sincerity. I want to go ahead and play a clip for you all that I seen this morning that intrigued me to do a lesson upon it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and play the clip.
And I'm just going to get straight to it. Be honest. Do you think that most women are inherently evil or scammers? Do you think that from what you see?
I do, and I definitely do say that. And the reason why I say that is because a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons being a lot of women.
It's true.
No,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's true. A lot of women don't know what they want. And so they get into these situations of what, either their friends or their family or society tells them that they're supposed to do. And then they do all the right things to get there. And then when they get there, the real them comes out. And I feel like that's kind of a lot of, like, women are hormonal, right? We're completely different than men. But a lot of times, women are so wrapped up in their emotions and their feelings, which feelings are fleeting. And they make these brash decisions, and that's scary. Because a man who's stable, who's in a situation, can just wake up one day and be like, who is this? Like, it takes evolution for women to be, in my opinion, more stable, more calm, more logical thinking. Like, I think it's
so you think there's a way they can become logical thinkers? You think there's something on this planet that can make them that way?
I think it's never going to be the same as a man. But I think once they have a certain level of understanding and humility, which a lot of women do not have, that's the main problem. A lot of them don't have the humility enough to even listen, to receive, or to understand another person's point of view. So how can they listen and understand enough to even change or evolve or grow? Like, and so
you finna get famous. You finna get famous for speaking honest.
But I hate to say it, but it's really true. And we're in an era now that, like, everybody is thinking that wrong is right and right is wrong. And we have to be true, because I'm not like people, she's a pick me or whatever. But I'm saying it because I love you, right? Like, I love you. I want you to get it right. I want you to have good relationships. So I have to be honest with you. I can't lie to you and say, oh yeah, girl, she's a girl boss. Like, I've seen so many women like, oh.
And I'm just going to...
And that's the problem with a lot of women, is that they won't be honest with each other, man, right? Let alone, man, the brother also sent me a video as well dealing with this morning, also talking about women and whatnot and how they act, how they carry themselves.
Hey, learning just as you are. I wish I knew this sooner. Mr. Solomon warns about these 7 women that would ruin kings. Interesting, you might say. Let's talk. Now, Mr. Solomon must know something. If he was the wisest man to have ever lived, and he had 700 wives. Take it from somebody to know. You know what I mean? Jezebel, the loud, lawless, and addicted to power. She doesn't want a husband. She wants a throne. Jezebel emasculated the kings and mocked prophets. Modern Jezebel emasculate husbands and mock submission. You can't build peace with her. She only respects war. Now that's deep, because I got a couple exes. Just like, let's talk about Miss Delilah. She loves you until she learns your weakness. Delilah didn't need an army. All she needed was a smile. And she used it to disarm Samson. Her kiss or bait and her lap is a trap. And when the Philistines come for you, she'll sell your soul for silver. Oh my, you know how many women I know like that? The strange woman scares me. She makes lust look like love. Proverbs call her sweet like honey, smooth with words. She tells you what you want to hear, feeds your ego, and praises your strength while planning your fail.
And that strange woman goes also into, you know what I'm saying, succumbing to false doctrines and whatnot as well, man.
Her lips drip flattery. Her path drips blood. Oh my Jesus. The contentious woman. I just believe the contentious woman gotta be a Leo. Every day is a courtroom. Solomon said, better to live on the roof of a house than with a quarrelsome wife. This woman doesn't argue to solve. She argues to win. She'll drain your peace with debates, mock your vision with sarcasm, and weaponize silence when words don't work. She doesn't want clarity. She wants control. Boy,
That's damn near any woman nowadays, man. Nagging, you know, loud as hell. That's the majority of Jake women, I'm gonna be honest. Majority of Jake women, man.
I'm trying to tell you I know something. Now, I want you to pay attention to these next three because these are big in modern day times. The gold digger. She treats your wallet like worship. She doesn't care about legacy. She cares about lifestyle. She's measured by love, as in the size of your ring, the brand of your bag, and the balance of your account. You stop paying, she stops staying. She's not your wife, she's your bill. And there's a lot of girls in modern day times that worship this. And another thing with worshiping, the idler. She makes herself God. I could think of 5 names off the bat, not gonna lie. She doesn't bend the truth. She bends truth to herself. She worships the body, her beauty, her divine feminine energy. But a woman who worships herself will never honor a man because in her religion, y'all see what I said, ladies? She's the only God that matters. Now, when guys was saying this, we was trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't want to. And finally, the Widowmaker. She loves you to death. Not with a knife, not with poison, with slow destruction. She drains your focus, mocks your discipline, and celebrates your weakness. And when you've lost your crown, your children, and your vision, she'll stand over the ruins and say, you weren't man enough. Now, how often do we hear these last 3 types of women? And before women get on here, you know, Solomon did not lie. The wrong woman won't just ruin a night. She will ruin a name. Jezebel makes you a slave. We all know a couple of them like that. Delilah sells your secrets. Strange woman burns your body. The contentious woman destroys your peace. The gold digger empties your house. More than that, for real. And the idler kills your faith. The window maker buries your purpose. And if Solomon was the wisest man who ever lived, lost his way to a woman like this, what chance do you think you had without vigilance? Let's talk. But it makes sense. So when people ask in modern day, why is it a men versus women? Let's understand why. Now, I do not believe all women are like that. I believe there are many good women in the world. However, there are a lot of women acting like they are good women and really are women of the 7. And you ask yourself, you know, oh, I'm not one of them. Even if you're not one of them, you know multiple people that are like one of the 7. And like I said, I'm learning this just like you're learning this. So if you feel like you have something you would like to comment as in knowledge towards the soul, please add so in the comments.
Like I said, man, you have a lot of women
Straight to it.
in the world now, man. And it's not gonna be like that forever, of course. Very soon, those type of women will cease to exist. We could get one thing that's King Solomon said about them now, just off the bat. It says Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 25. I apply my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands is bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account which set my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. So let's get into NLT. This here I can get a better understanding. I searched everywhere, verse 25, determined to find wisdom and to understand the reason for things. I was determined to prove to myself that wickedness is stupid and that foolishness is madness. I discovered that a seductive woman is a trap more bitter than death. Her passion is a snare, and her soft hands are chains. Those who are pleasing to the Most High will escape her, but sinners will be caught in her snare. This is my conclusion, says the teacher. I discovered this after looking at the matter from every possible angle. Though I have searched repeatedly, I have not found what I was looking for. Only one out of 1,000 men is virtuous, but not one woman. But I did find this. God created people to be virtuous, but they have each turned to follow their own downward path. And then the KJV really says man, but I'm not saying he's just talking about mankind, human being. Majority of that goes to men, though. That's why you can tell the scriptures, man, when it's talking about stuff like that, it's speaking towards a man, or it's always written from a man's perspective, because you have more righteous men than there was like righteous women, pretty much, or men who were actually believed in the faith. I want to get this though. Let's Ecclesiasticus 6. I believe it's a 9. Yeah. This is like a good book about talking about women and stuff like that, having wisdom with them. Ecclesiasticus 9 and verse 1, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. Gaze not on a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. That's why it reads, man, stumble not upon the beauty of a woman. A lot of men go off, you know what I'm saying, lose their lives, all type of things on account of a woman. That's why the scriptures read, you know, so like from the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Roughly paraphrasing, of course. Verse 9, sit not at all with another man's woman, so like another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so thorough thy desire, thou fall into destruction, man. That's a problem with a lot of you niggas. You'll do that type of shit, you know what I'm saying, and see nothing wrong with it. You know, messing around with people's women and stuff like that, like it's cool. And it's not at all. You're actually committing adultery and marking yourselves for judgment. But I mean, shit. Hey, that's on you, man. Unless you repent. But I know a lot of you niggas are going to repent. Y'all are already marked for judgment. Let me see, what else did she say? I'm going to play that back again.
Be honest. Do you think that most women are inherently evil or scammers? Do you think that from what you see?
I do. And
Oh, yeah, that's... All right.
I definitely do say that. And the reason why I say that is because a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons being a lot of women
It's true.
don't know.
I'm sorry, go
It's
ahead.
true. Yeah, no, it's true. A lot of women don't know what they want. And so they get into these situations of what, you know, either their friends or their family or society tells them that they're supposed to do. And then they do all the right things to get there. And then when they get there, the real them comes out. And I feel like that's kind of a lot of, like, women are hormonal, right? We're completely different than men.
Their spirit and their emotions change with the wind, and women aren't genuine like men are. I just say that women don't have the same amount of loyalty that men have, that's instilled in us from a young age. Ecclesiastes 25:24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. 1 Corinthians 7:25. Now concerning virgins I have no commandment of the Lord, yet I give my judgment as one that hath obtained mercy of the Lord to be faithful. I suppose therefore that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife, right? So basically he's saying if you have a wife, you know what I'm saying, don't try and leave your wife. And if you don't have a wife, don't seek out for one. And why is that? But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you, right? So Apostle Paul is telling us that you should avoid it because you will have those fleshly troubles, the troubles in the flesh that come with marriage and dealing with a woman. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possessed it not. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. Right? The times that we in now, it's better to be by yourself anyways, especially us brothers, you know what I'm saying, being eunuchs and whatnot, which is what I'm practicing at the moment. You know, you have your women you have on occasion and whatnot, but really they just bring distraction to your bigger goal or your bigger purpose of what you're trying to focus on. And then on top of that, they be having all type of different demons on their ass. So it's really good to stay away from them when you know the truth and what they really are or what they're about. The NLT. And of course we have those urges where we want some, bro. And whatnot. Let me see. Verse 25 in NLT. Now regarding your question about the young women,